This week, I want to talk to you about confidence. Over the last several days, I have struggled mightily with self-confidence, specifically related to my physical appearance. I know it's probably no shock to most of you out there because I think as women, we tend to continually have this battle of our outer appearance. And in summertime, it tends, to me at least, to get exacerbated. Shorts mean I get to see my legs, and I start comparing my legs and finding them not good enough. Or I wear tank tops and my arms jiggle, or the dreaded swimsuit that I put on, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says, I feel like I look horrible. And I hate to have to say this. I've been struggling like this for a really long time in my world. And while I have an eating disorder in my background, I have renounced its hold over me. So I don't understand why these thoughts still keep coming into my head. And it's been bugging me in the last few days. Why do I still struggle? Because you know what? I'm tired of playing this game. I'm tired of having this battle, especially when I know that I've been freed from it. I keep going, why, God? Why am I still stuck like this? What is going on? And so I've been paying attention to my thought life. What is it that happens? I could wake up in the morning and feel great, and the minute I step in front of a mirror, it falls apart. What is this? And so I've been asking God to reveal to me His truth. What am I doing? What's happening here? And here's a couple things that He shared with me, and I'm sharing them with you because I figure that most of us women struggle in this way. And I keep thinking, well, what if we didn't? What would happen if we didn't have this struggle in our life? And so that has propelled me to keep digging. What is it that causes it? And so the first thing that I've realized is that I have an idol in my life that says you're supposed to look this certain way. It's this image of this beautiful woman that I aspire to be. I don't know where she came from. I don't know why she's there, but she's there. And so God has directed me to that thought that I have something in my life that I'm striving to achieve that isn't in line with Him. And so I have chosen this past week to say, okay, God, I don't want her anymore. And it's hard because it means kind of a fear is coming up. Well, what if I'm supposed to be her? And I wonder if maybe you have this image of this ideal self that you're struggling to achieve and you never feel like you can get there because that's what it is. It's an image. And it's not meant, you're not meant to be that person. You're just not meant to be. You are meant to be so much more than whatever you could come up with as beautiful. Because what it is based on what the world says to us about what beauty is. And that's not God's image, right? God says He looks at our heart, and that's where our beauty comes from. The second thing that I've realized is that the thoughts that are in my head are overriding God's truth. And I don't want them to anymore. And so I've been taking each thought and I've been examining it and trying to look for what God says about it instead. And what most of them come down to is this fear of being rejected, fear of being ridiculed, fear of somehow being condemned for daring to wear shorts or daring to wear a swimsuit. I mean, it's crazy. I know there's a little more into this than this. But here's what I realized is that there is no condemnation for me because I have a relationship with Jesus Christ who's died for me no matter how messed up I am or what mistakes that I make. He died so that I could have a free and abundant life. And I want that more than anything. So I've chosen to lay down that image of what that woman might be, that ideal woman, and instead ask God into my heart to say, okay, what do you see? And then I have decided to listen to His word. What truth does He say about me? These are the things that I want to encourage you to do this week. If you're struggling with body image, if you're struggling with the way that you look, I ask you to pay attention to two things. Who are you trying to look like? And lay her down. And second, who does God say you are? And I guarantee you that when you stop to listen and believe Him, you have to choose to believe Him, that this battle that we fight will be won. And that we remember that we have won each day. Then when we look in the mirror, when we put on those clothes, when we look around, we can stop and catch ourselves before the condemnation even starts and not live in that battle anymore. And imagine what we'll be able to do with all of that mind energy that we waste on worrying about whether or not we're pretty enough, imagine what we can do with that instead. Well, wait, it's not imagine what we can do, imagine what God might do with that instead. Thank you for listening, and I'm praying that today you will trust God at His work.